Hey, what's up, good people? This is FiredUp KC. Welcome to the show, man. This
Kanye
is
is
another episode. We just turned Kanye West off. It's closed on Sunday, man. Welcome to the show, man. I got my main man here, John Ike. How do you pronounce your last name?
Justin John Ikerionwu Ikerionwu.
Whoa, that's the name. Actually, he's from Igbo too. So I'm from Igbo. I should know how to pronounce. I should know how to pronounce that name.
You should.
Welcome to the show. Thank you guys for tuning in today. This is FiredUp KC, and this is live. I got my main man Justin John Ikerionwu here. Tell people who is Justin. Let me give them who you are a little bit. So, Justin John, you are the co-founder of By Design Magazine, which is
co-founder of By Design Magazine.
Co-founder, yes, and it's a Kansas City-based magazine company that basically puts the spotlight on Kansas City artists, their talents. We have a KC, right? Am I right?
Yeah, you're right online. By Design, to us, By Design is a overall media brand and really a lifestyle. We're really focused in on enriching the lifestyle of creatives, entrepreneurs, young professionals, really everybody that's throughout Kansas City and the Midwest as a whole.
Okay, cool. So that's great. Because I mean, when I saw you, I was like, the vibe is actually cool. I was like,
dope, bro.
You guys are creative and you guys are putting the work out. And I think the platform you guys have is what KC needs as well. And that's that's what I'm preaching all the time. But we'll get to that. But let people know, who is John Ikerionwu?
Ikerionwu.
Who is John Ikerionwu? Let people know. Who are you? Let them know.
Justin is overall, I'm just somebody that's interested in really enacting some change in Kansas City, the community that I live in, whether it be through entrepreneurship, the creativity, whatever it might be, just lending a hand, letting my full self and finding out my purpose.
Yeah, okay. So take us a step back. How did your journey start? How did you start in this? Let's take a few steps back. Where did your passion start? What was your childhood like? How did that all connect to you being where you are today? Just a brief description of your story and let people know.
I think it goes back to my childhood, honestly.
Yeah.
My grandfather from Nigeria.
Yes.
But he moved to England as an author and an instructor.
Okay.
So there, I think that's where the juice to want to write came from.
Okay.
And the understanding of self, but also having your own, building out and forging your own path. So I think that's where it came from. I think that's where my love for writing came from.
Yes.
And over the years, that kind of builds, and you really learn to harbor that.
Exactly.
And as I met my other co-founder, Mufwa, we went to school together, went to K-State.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Then my other co-founder, Anthony Henry, he went to Michigan. So he moved here for work.
Wow.
That's where we all linked.
Wow.
Mufwa, he's worked here at State Street.
Okay.
We all just really have a really big passion for seeing some change happen in the community we live in, man.
Exactly.
Those conversations, and I think all of our specialties. Mufwa, super dope photographer.
Oh, wow.
Cold. He just flew it back from Los Angeles working with the brand Square Bear.
Dang.
He's really dope. He's doing good things. Anthony's one of the most, Tony, man, he's one of the most creative people I've came across.
Wow.
Crazy. Like what he does with the graphic designing, art direction, he really brings that to the table when we do as far as By Design is concerned. So, and then me focusing on the writing and the editor-in-chief and all those aspects that come with that.
So would you say you guys are the dream team?
To me, man, I love them, man. I would say so, but I think it's bigger than just the three of us.
Yes.
It's our whole squad, the people that have been working with us on Saturday Market.
Yes.
Kiera Edwards, big shout out to her.
Okay.
I mean, without her, we wouldn't be here today. So,
that's awesome.
Big shout out to the team.
Man, I want to ask you this. Did you see yourself being in this path? Did you ever always know that you were going to be a person who was going to be doing a magazine? Or how did that all start about? Did you always know you were going to be doing this?
For me, honestly, I had this conversation with one of my colleagues today, man. Like, I love writing, and I've always had a dream of, like, being a columnist, being in a newspaper, whatever it might be. And I also had this situation that would happen with my family, with my grandfather. When he passed away, I was in 5th grade, and the publishing company never gave our family any of the money.
Oh, wow.
No royalties came. You could still buy his books, John Munonye. You can still get his books on Amazon to this day.
Wow.
None of that money's coming to us. So for me, I've always had the mentality of, if it's not there, build your own, and that's the heart of By Design.
Exactly.
If we don't see the community that we think that should be here, the same that you might see on the coast, the East Coast, the West Coast, when it comes to creativity, fashion, they understand that it's about community and all building that up as one.
Exactly.
Kansas City has that, but they don't have someone they don't have a group that's gonna put that platform to
man.
to highlight it. So that's where that heart from that comes from.
Wow. That's amazing because I kind of like what you said because I have this saying that I heard. I don't know where I heard it, but it says if you don't see a way, you make a way.
Exactly.
You never stop because there's no way. You say there's no reason for having an excuse. You could always make a way.
Exactly.
So let's talk about By Design Magazine. How did that all start? How did you guys all start up with this idea of making a magazine? Because you could have done something else. Why a magazine?
Well, I would say that I know I touched a little bit on meeting Tony.
Exactly.
Mufwa introduced me to Tony.
Okay.
He called me one day. I was working on another project, and he was like, bro, I really feel like we have something here, and I want to do something. Okay. We threw a creative kickback here in Kansas City, and we had a really good reception, man. It was a good time, good music, dope aesthetics, good vibes, and bringing people in one room. And that's really, I think from there, that's what it spawned into. Okay. Writing, photography, art direction. It made sense. And we wanted to highlight and really put that platform to the amazing creatives, entrepreneurs, all the young people in Kansas City that's doing it, but do it through that streetwear feel, because if it's community streetwear, I feel like that's synonymous. So we wanted to, that was the thought behind it.
Yes, and I mean, just looking at you guys' page and the magazine and stuff, it inspires me because for a long time now I've been talking about having a platform for Kansas City because we have a lot of talent. You know, have a lot of people who are creative.
Crazy talent.
But the thing is, there's no platform where people can actually come on and make it big, right?
Exactly.
People always have to leave Kansas City to go to maybe California or Chicago or somewhere else.
That's the thing that we're trying to fight against, man.
We got to bring it back to Kansas City.
It's right here.
And I love that. I really love that. So tell me, have you guys faced any issues like any? Because I know that anything that is worth doing, it's hard to do it, right?
Very, yeah.
So what has been the trials you guys have been seeing so far building this company?
I think just regular entrepreneurship, bootstrapping and kind of making it happen on your own.
Yes.
We all have full-time jobs, so we're not doing this full-time, you know what I mean? So that alone, the time that you have to really devote to your craft and your dream, and the vision that you have.
Exactly.
That is one of the biggest obstacles, and just overall learning the way. I mean, I'm not from here, so if we're talking about community, you have to do that with the people that have been here. You have to learn the landscape and what's been done and just learn from the past. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
So for us, I think it's just a normal, everyday entrepreneurship journey. Those struggles that come with it, low capital, just knowing what you want to do, figuring it out, finding a way to build some good partnerships, and just put on dope events at the end of the day.
Okay. I mean, so coming to you, let's talk about some interesting facts, because I'm from Nigeria, right? Yeah. And the Nigerian parents thing where it's like you got to be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer.
It's funny you say that because I told him, I told my mom in 9th grade that I wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to do columns. I wanted to write. She said I was going to be hungry.
Oh, wow.
The Nigerian mother, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yes.
The Nigerian mother way. So it's cool to see it, I guess, all come full circle.
Yes, man. I mean, I kind of feel that too, because once you come from Nigeria, they want to be either an engineer or a doctor. And the funny thing is this: back in the days before the engineers or the lawyers made way, it wasn't a thing. No. People were farmers.
Exactly.
But now it's the one thing that everyone wants you to be. And I think it's kind of changing now where it's more of soccer. And the reason why I said it is because actually my brother plays soccer as well. Yeah. And when he started his own career, my parents were like, you don't want to do, you should go and get a degree. But he's like, no, I want to do this.
Exactly.
But the first time he actually went to Europe, everyone was like, oh, okay, you need to go start playing soccer now.
Exactly.
You know
Once they start to see the results of what comes from it, they're like, oh yeah, go ahead, do what you got to do.
So what does your mom think now? What does she think?
Man, my mom thinks it's cool, man. She really does. She thinks it's cool. I think it's because I've proven myself in other ways. Exactly. So she's like, clearly my son is just going to do what he wants to do and try to find out a way to make it happen.
Yes.
So I think she understands the heart. She loves the fact that my team, that we've been as committed to what we're doing.
Yes.
So they just want to see it come to fruition, honestly.
So
and we do too.
What is the bigger vision for By Design Magazine? Where do you guys think you want to go with your magazine in Kansas City? What is the vision for it?
I think the bigger vision for By Design is to continue to forge our path as far as a brand here.
Yes.
Just to get everybody a part of the community that we're in, to let people know, different creatives, different young entrepreneurs, whoever you might be, to know that there's a village here within By Design of people who understand, they feel the same way as you, they're here, and just come and enjoy, hear the stories of these people, and the stories less focused in on the how and the why they do it, but more so the human aspect of it. Yes. I think human over hype is a really big deal for us, and that's a campaign that we're trying to go into 2020, man. Like, it's more so about the feeling and telling the stories of entrepreneurs along their journey, creatives along their journey,
Yes.
in a way that resonates really authentic with the people. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Do you kind of feel the pressure of like your granddad who has done a lot in like the journalist industry? You think you want to beat that or?
No, not at all. I just think it's cool. Like I think it's just a part of me as an individual. I think it's like I want to make him proud in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
And I just want to ask you, like, so even you chasing your dream is something that a lot of people do not do today.
Yeah.
Do you think? Because I always ask this question because people misunderstand education. They think education is always going to get a degree, but sometimes education can be outside the classroom.
100%.
Do you think it's important to follow your passion and what you believe in, or is it just okay to just go get a job?
I think it's 50-50.
Yeah.
I think one thing about entrepreneurship that's misconstrued sometimes is that it's not hard. Like, it is hard. It takes a lot of commitment. Yes. Takes a lot of time. Yes. And it's not for everybody, and that's okay.
True.
I think a lot of times it's pushed on people.
Yes.
But that's okay. Mm-hmm. Like, if school and work is your path, that is fine. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think that telling the truth about these situations and the heartaches of entrepreneurs, creatives who go and say those creators who want to be the freelancers, shout out to them, because that's tough. You know what I mean? Everybody isn't built in a way that you can withstand those things, and there's no reason to continue to put yourself through any kind of struggles when one path might be right for you.
Exactly.
And I think that the community that we build in By Design, at least if you're going through those hard times and those struggles, opportunity to come to a room full of people like Saturday Market, that is where you should be. You know what I mean? At least like-minded people. That's find your village, and I think it's there within Saturday Market.
I mean, I kind of like the thing you said about knowing that it's a process, because when we hear about entrepreneurship, we think about, the Mark Zuckerbergs, the Bill Gates. They had something going on in their shop, and they made billions of dollars.
Yeah.
But no one sees the hard work that goes in the grind.
The nights,
the marketing you got to do, the designs, getting people to know what you're doing. That's a whole lot of work. Because people want to be, I want to be entrepreneur. Because it's a really cool word right now. Being an entrepreneur is a cool word right now. It is. Going in that path, what do you think about failure? Because I believe that a lot of things that it's worth doing, you're gonna fail a lot. Yeah. Have you guys encountered failure, and how do you guys treat failure for you? What do you think about failure?
All the time.
Yeah.
I think that's the first answer.
Yes.
You can't succeed without failing. So that goes hand in hand. For us, we just don't give up, man. We will run through the wall if the wall is put up. We'll just keep going. Sit down, plan, strategize, work with the team, and just keep going. Like that's the heart behind it. I think that's the heart you should have in anything that you're doing, let alone just entrepreneurship. Yes. And being a true entrepreneur is understanding when something's not working, making changes, and going the other direction.
Yes.
So I think it all goes hand in hand.
Wow. What is the work like, the work environment like in By Design? Because I think you guys manage a lot of people. What does that look like? What do you guys have for your people?
It's really collaborative.
Okay.
It's really collaborative. We have a dope team.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've met Kiera.
Kiera, she's dope.
A monster.
She actually has a show here, and she was one of the under 30 Forbes.
Yes.
I was like,
a monster.
What? I was like, what?
Yeah.
Man,
and everybody on our team is just as cold. That's what I'm saying. Like, we have a good
yes.
team right now, and I love, shout out to them. All of y'all are killing it,
yes.
and we can't do it without them. And that's why I say, like, entrepreneurship is a journey that can't be done alone.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. That is important. I want people to hear that, because always people want to be. I want to be self-made. There's no self-made human being.
No.
Because
it takes a village.
One is a small number to achieve anything great.
Yeah.
You can't be the only one doing it. It's not possible.
Yeah,
you have to have a team of people who believe in what you do, and you believe in what you do.
That's a fact.
So you do what you do. I think there's a lot of belief to it.
We know that it's bigger than us.
Exactly.
We're really trying to do something that affects the community and the lifestyles of a lot of people in Kansas City and the Midwest in general, who haven't had that kind of brand or platform focused on them. Yes. You know what I mean?
And I mean, it's pretty much the same thing I'm doing with FiredUp KC, where I'm having a platform for people, the talent of KC, and people who are doing things that no one has ever heard of.
Yeah.
Like By Design Magazine. This is a great idea, and I want people to hear about By Design. Like, they got to know about what you guys are doing.
It's very grassroots, man. It's very grassroots.
It's what we need in KC, right? That platform. We need that platform to actually have somewhere people can go to and be like, By Design is a magazine. If you want to go and spot talent, go to By Design Magazine.
Yes.
You know, and that's what we need in KC. And let me ask you this: what inspires you to do what you do? What is the one thing that inspires you to keep going, even if it gets hard and you keep pushing? What inspires you most?
One, my team. Two, Mumfwa's always on me. Three,
Yeah.
the idea that it's bigger than us at the end of the
Exactly.
day. Like it
Yeah,
really
yeah,
is.
yeah.
It really is. And it's like it's hard leading up to put events on. It takes a lot of time.
Exactly. Yes.
But when you're standing in the room in the middle of the event, you look around and the aesthetic is dope. People are having a good time. You can tell that a lot of genuine connections and relationships are being forged.
Yeah.
Conversations are happening.
Yeah.
People are dancing because our DJ Kid Supreme, is amazing.
Yeah.
We have a really good aesthetic and a dope vibes,
Wow.
but there's a lot of substance behind it.
Yeah.
So that keeps us going.
So with what you do, how do you measure success? How do you measure impact? What is that like for you?
I think for us, it's just the reaction from the people.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
saying that I love the events. People saying that we love the content that you create, the content that you guys put out.
Yes.
We love the heart behind what you do and the
Yes.
understanding of the struggles of the daily creative, the daily
Yes.
entrepreneur, the young
Yes.
professional sitting at work every day who just wants an
Yes.
outlet and somewhere to go and be around like-minded people.
Exactly.
Come to Saturday Market.
Wow.
Because it'll be there on Saturday, 6 to 11.
Wow.
But that's really it, man.
Yeah. I mean, let me ask you, this is going to be a little bit on the side, but who, like growing up, who was like your icon and who is your icon now? Someone you look up to be like, man, I want to be like that person
I had wild
someday.
icons growing up. I had a lot of them. I would say, man, growing up like as a kid,
Yeah.
I love Diddy.
Diddy, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No.
Yeah.
He's,
I love Diddy growing up.
yeah, he's man, he's still doing it till today.
Serial entrepreneur.
Yes.
Fly.
Yes,
Everything he was
yes.
doing, he wanted it to be like just at the highest level. He wanted it. If it
Exactly.
wasn't dope, he wasn't trying to be a part of it.
Yes. Wow.
Whether it's business, parties, events, music, whatever it might be.
Yes. I mean, he's still doing it till today, which
To
is
this
awesome.
day.
Which is awesome. He's still at the top of his game.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ask me when I was young, who was my, which is really funny, who was my icon? So we have this two actors back in Nigeria. Their names.
Which
like,
ones?
It's called Aki and Popo. Do you know them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were my icons when I was growing up because I was a kid, right? And I thought they were my age, and they were kids who were acting.
grown man.
Grown man. So I would see them on TV, and I'll be like, yo, I want to be like those kids.
And if you don't know, then you've seen these people in memes right now because they're super popular.
They were everywhere on Instagram,
Yeah.
Snapchat. I'm like, how did they get this popular,
Yeah.
right? But they were my icons because there was a movie that they did back in the days where they actually traveled to the U.S.
Yeah.
And I saw that movie. I was like, yo, I want to be in the U.S.
That's wild.
And every single time I was at home, I was always imagining myself like them. So if you're out there, you are my icon when I was a kid. But I mean, that was just a funny joke that I want to tell. But
I feel that though. I could see it.
because growing up, I was a kid. I thought they were kids too.
Yeah.
And they were doing
Lo
big
and
things.
behold, they were like 40 years old.
Yeah, they were older than me, way older than me. But I mean, that's just my childhood. My aspirations.
That
as
sounds
a
like
child.
a great childhood.
So let me ask you this, because I told you I'm going to ask you in the show.
For sure.
So the whole Kanye West thing going on now, his whole transition, his whole transformation.
Yeah.
Because I've been seeing it going on for a while now, but I thought it was going to fade out, but he's still going.
There's been a couple of
strong.
them.
Yeah, there's been a couple of them. So
Yeah.
what do you think about his new album, and what do you think about his new transition going on now?
I think first off, the new album is cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool being a word for like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I love Jesus, so
Yeah.
I think that is the messaging is great.
Exactly.
Musically, I'm not sure, but it's not bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
His transitions have been very swift. I think swift is the right word. There's been a couple of them.
Yes.
There's been a couple of them.
Yes.
He was a whole different Kanye the last time I saw him.
Exactly.
But I'm rolling.
Yeah,
I love
that's kind
Jesus,
of
so I'm not
how
mad
I
at you.
feel too. Like I'm just watching it play out because I don't know where it's gonna go next.
Yeah. I'm not like one of the crazy Kanye fans, but
Nah.
I was. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I love Kanye like the next one, but right now, I'm just watching.
Yes, exactly.
I'm just watching.
Because he's really creative. He's smart too.
No, he
man.
is. He's definitely creative.
He's a pretty dope dude.
Fashion wise, he's made like you can't deny any of his impact
Exactly.
in fashion.
I
For
mean,
the last like 15 years.
he's been on point. He says what he's gonna do something, he does it. But I mean that's on the
Yeah.
side though. Let's talk more about you and your company.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. What would you tell a young kid who's in college, or like myself who's a young kid, or someone out there who's trying to pursue their vision and their purpose or do what they really want to do? What would you tell them?
one, find your village of other people that's like-minded.
Yes.
That
yes.
keeps you centered, keeps you balanced.
Exactly.
You can bounce ideas off of people. I think it's important to have an outlet mentally, just at the end of the day.
Yes.
Also, I would say plug in and tap into all the different resources. KC is heavy in that. There's tons of resources for entrepreneurs and creatives to plug into to just get the business side and the aspects on that. Get the understanding that you need to keep going forward.
Which I do need those plugs. I actually do need those plugs.
Also, do not give up. Like, just keep going. If something doesn't work, sit down, reevaluate, go a different way.
Wow, that is, man, that's awesome. You guys heard it right here. What is one advice you've gotten so far being in your journey that has helped you that you think you should let other people know?
I would say the best piece of advice has been to just keep going, honestly.
Yes.
To keep going, and relationships are important. Relationships are really important.
Yes.
That's how we're here today.
Exactly. Yes, that is.
Exactly.
Man, that's crazy. I mean, how we even? It's really funny because you hit me up on Instagram, and then a few days later,
because I saw what you do, and I was like, yo, this is really dope.
Thank you.
I just want to say
I appreciate
that I appreciated what you're doing.
Yeah, because he hit me up. I was like, yeah, I'm sure. I definitely want to come through. And then Kiara hit me up. Was like, yo, I want you to interview one of the people I work with. I'm like, yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
I would definitely love to do that.
Yeah.
You know, because I see Kiara here every show. She's always here on her show. I'm like, yo, I love your show. Your show was cool. And she's like, I'm going to plug you on with this dude. I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
That's cool.
And then I text you. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I know this guy. You know what I mean?
That's why I hit you up as soon as I seen it. I was like, man, hold up. I know we've had this conversation.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And also, I want to say this. Have you been back to Nigeria lately?
I went 2017 for Christmas.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Because I always say this. Nigerians are one of the most hardworking people, the smartest people in the world.
These are facts that he's giving.
These are facts. This has been proven.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? So actually, I didn't tell you, but right now my main icon is Israel Adesanya. Do you know him?
I do not.
UFC guy. You need to you need to watch his match. Like, he is crazy, but he's blown up right now. He's like the champion.
Me on, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be Googling
Israel
him
Adesanya. He is legit, and what he's doing is awesome. Like, right now he's my icon. He's like the guy. Like, yo, I wanna be like
these icons that you've had, man. Yeah. Set you not missing right now.
I mean, because like the thing is this: if you set your mind on one thing, you're gonna get it, right?
Yeah.
So I set my mind on something.
Are you trying to be a?
I'm not trying to be a boxer, or a fighter. I'm just saying I want to be at that level of being able to inspire people where I'm motivated, because he's motivating people right now, because he's fly right now, you know. But I mean, that being on the side too, coming back to like being a Nigerian, I think, do you think you're gonna be able to take this back home as well?
I mean, if it gets to the level where there's some kind of synergy there, I would love to. Why not?
Yes, because I mean,
why not?
We also need this kind of like stuff back home, right?
We do. We need understanding of why this kind of stuff would be important back home.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah. What
do you think about leadership? Because I think leadership is one of the problems in Nigeria right now. What do you think about leadership in general? Like, when it comes to Nigeria as well, what do you think is needed in leadership?
I think in general, and it's crazy, I had this conversation yesterday in a class. I think that leadership in general, the leader needs to have vision,
exactly,
and an understanding of decisiveness and great communication.
Exactly.
Now, when we talk about Nigeria,
that's a whole different.
It's a whole different conversation. We got to go. I'll put all that stuff to the side and say that a leader needs integrity.
Yes.
He needs to be an honest person.
Exactly.
And have a certain level of selflessness to me, to be a leader, especially in Nigeria.
Yes.
One, it's a lot of people. Yes. Two, there's a history of corruption.
Exactly.
Three, I mean, there's a history of corruption. So it's like, how do you can't get through that without someone who puts their foot down and a flag down to say, this is what we're standing for moving forward. And it's one Nigeria. We're going to make this happen for everybody.
Yes.
And that's my perspective.
I believe that too. It's 100%. I believe in servant leadership, where you're serving the people and not trying to gain from the people.
Yeah. And
that's how Nigeria on its own was started. Like, do you know who Nnamdi Azikiwe is?
Yeah, we're a hustlers nation, honestly.
Boom. That's it. That's all it's about. But I mean, it comes down to, I think we are the leaders of the next generation, because we are the ones leading the people coming up, and we have to show by example of what it means to actually lead.
Yeah.
On that same perspective, who are the leaders that you listen to, or the books that you read that has inspired you so far?
There's different people throughout the community that I plug in with, maybe on a weekly basis.
Okay.
Andy Talbert of Elux Capital Management. He's been a really big part for me, just pouring into me over the last year, getting some understanding of different things here and there.
Yes.
I say shout out to my team again, because the people that you're around, you want to surround yourself around people that inspire and motivate you to keep moving forward.
True.
Mufwa, my co-founder.
Yeah, he pushes you.
Yeah, he's always on it. He's always on. He's the structure strategy. Here we go, guy.
Yes.
So
You need that in your team.
You need that.
Yeah,
you need that. That's why it's a good blend. You put vision and structure together, and you have direction.
You have a product. Yes.
Exactly. So.
Okay.
Definitely.
Are there books you read that has helped you so far, or?
There's a book that I read most recently that was "Ego is the Enemy."
Oh wow!
And have you read it?
I have not read,
okay.
but that name on its own kind of says a lot.
Yeah, great book.
Yes.
Ego, anybody out there, if you're doing anything that you're trying to keep growing and pushing forward, it's always hard because you always kind of pitch yourself against what you're doing and the people around you.
Wow.
So that understanding of knowing that it's bigger than you comes from being settled and instilled in self. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Knowing that you're doing it, like, are you trying? Is it one of the things that they posed in the book was the question of to do or to be?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And are you trying? Do you just want to do something that's amazing, or do you want to be recognized for?
Wow.
And that's where.
Wow.
That's where the book kind of leads off. So it was definitely an impact.
Have you read Think and Grow Rich?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, you should. That's a good. If you haven't, that's a really good book.
I believe so.
Yeah, that's
Who was the author?
It's dang it. I'm trying to.
I feel like he has
Napoleon Hill. I feel
like he has a string of other books.
Yeah, Napoleon Hill. Yeah, he has a string of all the awesome books. So you should actually check it out. Cool. All right, let's do this section. There's a section I call Drop Line, which is basically, I think you're gonna love this section because you guys are this By Design magazine is all about creativity. So you're gonna drop a little beat right here. You're gonna drop some bars right here.
Are you gonna put the auto tune back on?
There's I don't know where. I don't know how it came on, or I think he left. I think once I played the Kanye West song, he left. Left the mic.
With him.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but let's do the drop line real quick. So it's basically, it goes like this. It's a really interesting section of the show where it's a two-word rap, right? So I say, I got a laptop without, it's my famous word. I got a laptop without the keys, drop line. And then you do something and I say drop line. So whoever does not have something to say
that
loses.
rhymes with it.
It might rhyme, but it has to go maybe in line. Like you have a touch without a bulb on it. Drop line. And
like laptop with the keys, got the keys to the car.
Exactly. So it has to rhyme at least, but you can't repeat what I've said. So that means we have to keep going,
Let's make it happen.
So let's go. So I'm gonna start with the one I already said. I already started with that.
You gotta get a different one.
Okay, let's get a different one. All right.
Gotta get a different one.
Okay. I'm in a school without a books, drop line.
I got the books but no pencils, drop line.
I'm in a studio without a mic, drop line.
I got the mic but no Jordan, drop line.
I got an Apple without a phone, drop line.
I got a phone but no Samsung, drop line.
I got a website without a Google on it, drop line.
Google me, drop line.
I got that was good. You got me. I did not know where that was going. So we got a champion today. We got a drop line king here today. Okay, let's do this. Where can people catch you guys online? You, By Design, and what's coming up next for you guys? Let the people know. You want to let the people know?
Check us out on our Instagram at By Design Mag. Definitely check us out, man. Saturday Market is coming up. Days away from it.
Okay.
It's going to be a really dope event. The whole space will be curated to look like a vintage grocery store.
Oh, wow.
In this market, you'll see our new T-shirt drop. You'll see issue 4.
Wow.
Issue 4 is amazing, man.
Wow.
Tony, shout out to you, our art director. He did a great job laying it out together. All the photographers, the writers, all the contributors. Shout out to y'all. Definitely come out and check out issue 4.
Okay.
Also, just Saturday Market in general, man. A room full of creatives, a room full of entrepreneurs. We have a panel full of some of the dopest people throughout the city and the Midwest in general.
Okay.
Shout out to Chef Jay. Shout out to Chris Good.
Chris Good is actually going to be here next week. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, cool. Yeah. You should ask him about Saturday Market after when he gets here. It's going to be cool, man. I just want everybody to come out Saturday, 1721 Baltimore from 6 to 11.
All right.
Get your tickets at the door or hit our Eventbrite link in our By Design Mag Instagram bio. Get your tickets today, man. It's going to be cool.
Cool.
Free drinks.
Good
music.
All right.
Dope aesthetics.
All right.
Amazing people throughout the city. It's going to be a really cool event.
Sweet. So it's going to be this Saturday. What's the date on time?
This Saturday, November 16th.
Location, time.
Location, 1721 Baltimore at the Union Event Space.
Time?
6 to 11.
Cool. So you guys know where to go. And also, speaking of Chris Good, he is the founder of Ruby Jeans, and he's gonna be here next Tuesday. So you guys do not want to miss out. Like, he's awesome. So
he's
gonna
amazing.
Be here next Tuesday. And also, the mayor is gonna be here in December 3rd. So
yes,
you
that's
do
dope.
not want to miss that one. It's gonna be exclusively awesome.
Wow.
And by the way, this weekend, I'm gonna pop 2 things. So first of all, OHUB KC event this Friday. I'm actually
shout out to OHUB.
moderate. I'm actually interviewing the guests coming on the show.
That's
so you
cool.
want to be there, you're gonna see me there live. And OHUB KC is a company here in KC that actually sponsors entrepreneurs, and they have internships, they have job opportunities. So if you're out there, you're looking for jobs and you're looking for internships, please come through on this Friday. And Saturday we have an ASA, which is the African Student Association here on campus. They're having their big event. They're gonna have that jollof rice there.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna have that plantains
Uh-huh.
this Saturday. And also, guess who's hosting? I'm gonna be hosting. So
Your boy.
you do not want to miss out, because you're gonna see a whole lot of my Niger boy accent. All right.
Uh-huh.
So you do not want to miss out. Come through this Saturday. And man, thank you for coming through today,
Oh,
man.
no problem,
I really
bro.
appreciate you.
I want to thank you for allowing to have us up here by design and sharing your platform.
I gotta do it. That's what I do. That's what FiredUp Quiz is for. If I see that happening, that's what we do. So thank you for saying yes. Thank you for doing what you do. And hey, hit them up. By Design Magazine on Instagram.
Yes.
And
Check out our Instagram page.
Thank you guys for tuning in today. And we're gonna be saying bye bye for now. But I'll see you guys next Tuesday.
See you on Saturday.
Same time. Saturday, Friday, and Saturday, and then Tuesday. See you guys same time. But for now, bye bye.
Guys, I'm Mel, so make sure you keep watching on FiredUp KC.
And I'm Reagan. Make sure you subscribe.